Hey, what's up? This is Travis Barker, and this is Yahoo Music.
Thanks. Okay. What's up, everyone? It's Billy J. I'm in Santa Monica at the Tom Tom Club hanging out with Travis Barker. Just had a chance to hear his new record, Can a Drummer Get Some? Give a Drummer Some. So, man, like, what I really enjoyed about listening to the record is the consistency. You cover, there's a lot of hip hop on there, you cover a lot of different styles, but everything comes together. And one of the most impressive things is that hip hop, the drums is like the most important, the beat. But when you listen to the way these tracks are done, it's like an enhanced experience with the beats. Was that your intent, especially with your background?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I wanted to just come out with a programmed hip hop album where I'm just programming my MP, I know my drummer fans wouldn't really, you know what I mean? They'd be like, why? So for me, it was like, I think in hip hop there hasn't been a lot of live drums or marching drums, just in general like percussion. So I made sure it was just an excess of drums, where I'd usually use like an MP, I use my drum kit or whatever, in a lot of situations, or big ass outros, or just parts that featured like live drums amongst all my favorite MCs, rappers.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like when you listen to the record, like when you take into consideration your history, you've been with Blink, Plus 44, Transplants, you've done all these different things. Did you have any idea that one day you would end up doing a record with so much hip hop?
No, I still like, even during the process, I was tripping. I was blessed, man, honored to work with so many of my, favorite, it's heavily rooted in the hip hop, so I'll say like rappers, but even Slash,
Yeah.
even having like Tom Morello, Steve Aoki, Corey Taylor, and all the obvious like Lil Wayne, Game, everybody. It's been really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I never thought I'd have an opportunity, just the little things that I had done, like playing with Amp or playing with whoever. I'm like, wow, that was dope, but I never thought it would, I'd keep continuing or have the opportunity, like, it's been put in front of me.
Yeah, yeah. Was there one particular record that kicked it off? Like when you made this, you said, you know what, like I'm making an album and like this is it.
The first record, man,
Yeah.
the first song I created was my single, Can a Drummer Get Some? So it started off with a bang. I was like, yeah, like I'm on to something, like this is what will be my sound or whatever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then as the album progressed, I didn't want everything to sound the same. I really wanted it to be a more of a dynamic experience. Like bring the moods different places or whatever. So I think I executed properly.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Are you impressed? I'm asking a lot of hip hop questions because I think like this is it's not new for you because you've definitely been doing a lot of hip hop collabs over the years, but it's like you're breaking into another area in terms of releasing a whole album. And like the hip hop community, all these artists you have on the record from E40, Game, Lil Wayne, Swiss Beats, Beanie Siegel, etc. Like, are you surprised at just all the love that that you're getting from these guys?
Oh man, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, everyone that I ended up working with, it was like, over the last 6 or 7 years when I wasn't in Blink and when I wasn't in Transplants or Boxcar, whatever, I was playing with DJ AM a whole bunch, and I came in contact with a lot of these people, and ended up doing like remixes, or like Swiss Beats and I did Gumball Rally together, where we mashed out in a Phantom, from all across the states. So it was just cool, man. We'd come home from a trip like that, and Game and I, Swiss and I, would get into a studio, in my studio in North Hollywood. And that's how Can a Drummer Get Some came out. Yeah,
yeah. When you listen to the record too, you can feel like as a diehard hip hop fan, it's not like you said, it's not just generic beats. Some of the beats take me back to a golden age of hip hop, and I feel like, I don't know if that was planned or not, just to kind of capture the essence of some of that stuff. Like Cypress Hill is on the record. What kind of stuff were you listening to back in the day in terms of hip hop?
Man, I grew up on like Houdini, Public Enemy, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, Grandmaster Flash, like Kentucky Fresh. That was like my childhood,
Yeah.
I grew up playing to all those records, and then progressed to like, when I got a little bit older, like skateboarding was my life, and I listened to the Far Side every day, and the Alcoholics, and all these different bands, and I always I always loved hip hop just like how I loved any of the other music I listened to,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then also, you mentioned Farside and all those guys. It's great. DJ AM, like the tragedy there? This is the first official record, studio record has been released since that tragedy. Like, how did you come out of that dark place, you know, to get here?
Man, that was tough. You know, I you know, pretty much dedicated my album to Che, AM, and Chris, and you know, it was basically after I had got out of the hospital, you know, 16 surgeries later, 3 months later, it was just a matter of, you know, getting on my feet again, you know, getting off all those crazy medications and, you know, learning how to walk again, you know, just getting everything squared away. Once I was squared away and I was straight, it was a matter of finishing what I started.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, I can't be healthy in here and not finish it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to all this stuff, you're in a position to help up-and-coming artists, you know, with this new program with Guitar Center, and you have like you get to make the final say in terms of, that's a lot of pressure. Can you talk about this contest and how it might be different from some of the other, you know, contests for discovering artists?
Yeah, I think that it's an amazing opportunity. If I was young or in a band and I had the opportunity to get my, you know what I mean, my album in front of whoever when I was a kid, I would have spazzed out. So I can't wait to hear all the bands and, you know, all the talent, and then get in there and be able to, like, you know, reinforce what they're doing or help them with the direction.
Yeah. So what's the name of the program? Guitar Center is your next, is it? Or?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I don't know what the actual term is.
Okay, yeah, no problem. But is there pressure to like pick, you know, because I know you have to go through like 100, you know, of these things.
I don't know. I think those things are pretty, like, it's pretty obvious when you hear like you know, when you're hearing like 100 CDs or whatever, 100 different groups, like, you know, when you hear the one that pops or whatever, you know.
Absolutely. So Blink, has been a minute for Blink, but you guys are coming back with a new record. So considering all the different things you guys have all done, like, how is that going to have an impact on the new stuff you guys are doing?
I think it will and it will not. You know, I don't think, it doesn't mean Blink will sound like Give the Drummer Some or something. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a reason I didn't play punk rock songs or didn't even touch on that genre on my album, because I already do that with Blink, you know? So it'd have been weird for me to do that with other musicians from that genre and not them. So with Blink, you know, it's a matter of, you know, we've been in the studio for almost a year now, and just go in there, finish our album, and start touring, you know.
Okay, all right, cool. And one last question on Justin Bieber. Is like, I saw the movie, that dude is killing it on the drums. He started as a kid. I don't know if you've seen any of the footage of him playing, and as from drummer to drummer, what do you think?
I haven't seen the footage of him playing as a kid, but I cannot tell you enough how much positive feedback I get about his movie. I have like grown men, tattoos on their faces and necks, going like, dude, the Bieber movie was awesome. Like, you know, like they went and saw it with their kids, and they ended up being like, yo, that kid came from nothing, and he's truly talented, you know. So I give him props. You know, I've seen him too a couple times, and his performances just, you know, get done dancing and singing his little ass off, and then he gets behind the drums with his little microphone and he kills it, you know. So good for him, man. He's talented.
Yeah, well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.